Alright guys, so today's video we're going to check out the Back Bay Duet 50 Pro true wireless earbuds. And the reason I wanted to check these out is a few months ago I covered the original Duet 50s and I thought they sounded incredible for the price. But I did have some complaints when it came to their case and their charging cable and a couple of other things, so I really would have liked to have seen a few things done differently. Well, the company Back Bay reached out to me and said that they listened to my video and they made some adjustments and they are now releasing the Duet 50 Pro coming in at only $55 as opposed to the original ones coming out at $50, and they made some really noticeable improvements. So today we're going to check out the Duet 50 Pros and see if they're worth that $5 difference. That kind of spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you it is a huge difference and definitely worth the $55. Now as far as the technology, they have Bluetooth 5.0, but they have AptX, AAC, and SBC playback. So out of the box, you're already getting some of the best Bluetooth codecs. Now, as far as the IP rating, they come in rated at IPX5, so it's not a pair that you can submerge into water, but it's easily a pair that you can go out and about and not have to worry about rain or light splashes, or if you're somebody that sweats heavily. Now, as far as what you're getting inside the box, they have included 6 sets of silicone ear tips. But instead of the micro USB that you got with the originals, they've now included a USB-C cable. And you guys know how I feel about micro USB cables. And also in the box, they have now included an adapter that allows you to charge other devices simply by using the case of the earbuds. And the case is also something they made a huge improvement over, because I felt like the original case felt kind of cheap. It just didn't feel like the best quality. Now the new case is much more solidly built, but on top of that, it's giving you incredible battery life. On the earbuds themselves, you're still getting the same battery life, which is 8 hours, and that's very impressive in itself. But now with the charging case, instead of the original 40 hours that you got, you now can get up to 130 hours simply by using the case. They definitely added a much larger battery into the case, but now they give you the ability to plug in your phone and your tablet or whatever into the charging case and use the case as a power bank. So right there, that is a huge improvement over the original. Now, as far as the case itself goes, on the front you can see the USB input and output. And then it has 4 indicator lights underneath the lid. That way you can kind of gauge how much battery life is left on the case. Now the earbuds, they kept exactly the same. These are fairly small and very impressive what they're able to do considering the size. Now as far as your controls, these do have button controls, and I'm happy to say that they control everything. So you have play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards, and even volume control on the earbuds. Now for you guys that like to use your earbuds individually, you'll be happy to know that you can use either the left or the right. And then as far as the microphones, these are using the CVC technology, which is doing a very impressive job of focusing in on your voice and blocking out your surroundings. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here.
Alright guys, so here is a mic test using the Duet 50 Pros. Again, I think this is doing a really good job of picking up my voice, and so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public.
So now moving over to talking about the sound. The sound on these are just as impressive as the originals. In fact, it doesn't seem that they did anything to change them from the originals, and that is a good thing. These have a nice, warm, natural tone to them. It doesn't feel like anything is being overemphasized, so although the bass has a really nice punch to it, it still feels very natural. Same thing with the mids. The mids sound like you're in an environment with somebody singing right in front of you. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be pushed too much, but you don't lose the vocalist in the instruments either. The treble has a nice detail to it while still kind of holding that warmer tone, so it definitely doesn't get to the point of being bright or harsh, and it mixes very well with the mids and the lows. Now as far as the soundstage and the sound imaging on these, I still would like to see these be a little bit more open because it does feel like you're in a medium to large size room, but it still handles details and instruments very well, and so you have no issues telling where things are coming from. Now as far as my cons with these, I really only have one. Now, as much as I like the fact that these are able to charge other devices, I really don't like that they have to include an adapter. I really wish that the USB port was actually built in on the case. So with them being able to make some very nice improvements and only bump up the price $5 to 55 bucks, makes this a pair I can highly recommend. But guys, that's my video on the brand new Back Bay Duet 50 Pros. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.